दिक्कत नहीं है. Okay, good morning, students. As we have done, practice on essay writing. So today we are starting with. We are starting with. Let me take that off for a second. Okay. So today we are starting with the letter writing. That is a different topic. So I'm going to present my screen so that you can see from where you can find out your document of letter writing. It's in your Google Classroom, in your notes. So when you go over there, you just have to look for the notes in the Google Classroom. So when you will open up those notes, so the first topic is letter writing, and we have series of it, but first we need to start with the letter writing. First lecture. We have another lectures on types or the format of business letter writing or the parts of the letter writing. So today we just talk about what is letter writing and how we're supposed to write it. First of all, let's see what they are saying. Letter writing or a letter is a written message that can be handwritten or printed on paper. It is usually sent to the recipient by mail or post in an envelope. Although this is not a requirement as such, any such message that is transferred via post is a letter, a written conversation between two parties. Now that emails and text and other such forms have become the norm for communication, the art of letter writing has taken a back seat. However, even today, a lot of our communication, especially the formal kind, is done via letters. Whether it is a cover letter for a job, or the bank sending you a reminder, or a college acceptance letter, letters are still an important mode of communication. So they try to tell you what is letter writing. So if you pay attention over here, you will find out basically what it is. It is uh, it is more of business communication. So they don't talk over here about the informal letter writing. So here we are more concerned of formal letter writing. That's why they have given you the examples of cover letter or the bank letter or college acceptance letter. So they just try to tell you that these are the formal letters, and as per syllabus we also supposed to learn that how we write business, actually the business letters. So they have told you that uh, yes, there was much more importance in the previous time when people were writing it or typing it through the typewriter. So everybody was into doing the communication through these letters or this mode. Time has changed. We are living in the age of digital, and what we are doing, we are more on to emails. But we need to keep that into our mind that we cannot forget the importance of letter writing, because although we are living into this age where we are not writing it by hand, but we supposed to write those letters onto, you can say that, computers with the help of MS Office, but we are writing the formal communication. It is not completed without writing the letters. Letter means the formal letters. So let's first of all discuss how we count or how we say what are the different types of writing those letters. Let us first understand that there are broadly two types of letters: formal letters and informal letters. As I told you that we are more focused towards formal letters. And there are also few other types of letter based on their content, formalities, the purpose of letter writing, etc. Let us have a look at the few types of letters. In email writing, what we are doing the same. But email is precise. I gave you example that if you are writing uh, for a job to any of the company, and of course you will write an email to them because these days we do not post letters. So how we do? We type those letters, we save them, and we send them as an attachment of email. So that is the way how we are sending letters to them. But letters are there. Definitely letters are there. We cannot say this thing that the importance of letters are gone. There is the huge importance of writing the letters because mostly formal communication it is done on the letters. As they have given example of acceptance letters. So even if college is accepting your admission, the students, those who are from the other states or other countries, they could also know this thing or the importance of this thing. That yes, we do give them the written form of letters on our letterheads. Without this, the commitment it will not be made. It will not be taken as authentic, I can say. Because I'll just write down one line on a paper, on a blank paper, or on email, and I will tell you that yes, you have enrolled into uh, those are the institutes. I don't think so anybody of you would accept it. One question definitely it will come into your mind. So authenticity. So when you write down the same on one letterhead and means through a letter on letterhead and you attach that with the email, of course you would take it as an authentic source, a proof that yes, my admission is confirmed. So, being professionals, being engineers, we will be doing more of formal communication. So, you need to be very good into it. I told you that these are the things which you're supposed to do practically because when tomorrow you'll become engineer, so it's not like that um, you will only be given a work related to your trade. Trade means the engineering trade. You will have to write letters, many letters instead, and those formal letters will help you improve, grow into your business or into your organization. Formal letter, these letters follow a certain pattern and formality. They are strictly kept professional in nature and directly addresses the issue concerned. Any type of business letter or letter to authorities falls within this given category. So now they're trying to elaborate more, like as it has got number of categories. So first, as we just discussed, that is a formal letter. Second one is informal. These are personal letters. Informal means these are personal letters. They need not follow any set pattern, adhere to any formalities. They contain professional information or are a written conversation. Informal letters are generally written to friends, acquaintances, relatives, etc. So you will not be formal while you write to your friend, but you will be formal if you write the same letter within an organization or outside of. So when you do job and you communicate in that sphere, it means you are communicating formally. Business letters. The letter is written among business or correspondence. Business correspondence generally contains commercial information such as quotations, orders, complaints, claims, letters for collection, etc. Such letters are always strictly formal and follow a structure and pattern of formalities. This is what we're supposed to study. Formal business letters. So that is just letters. 95% the letters which will come to you, those will be from formal business letters. It can be any out of these: quotation, order, complaints, claim, collection, something like that. Any kind of a letter it can come to you to write it. So what we do over here, we try to learn that how supposed to write the letter. But we are not having a set syllabus that 5 letters we will do of claim, 2 of petitions, 3 of complaint. No. What we are doing here, we are just learning the skill that how can we write a letter, a formal business letter. Okay, so that is the main concern of ours. Official letters. This type of letter is written to inform offices, branches, subordinates, officials. It usually relays information like rules, regulations, procedures, events, or any such information. Official letters are also formal in nature and follow certain structure and decorum. These are also part of formal letters, as they have said that. And yes, as I've told you that tomorrow when you'll work in an organization, you could be part of more of official letters, because in an organization, a lot of communication it took place, every day. It takes place every day because a lot of activities are happening. For example, I'm working in an organization. You might think that I am just into teaching and I take lecture, but there are plenty of works apart from the teaching I do. But how to communicate those works? So with the help of official letters. So the management they issue different letters, different informational letters that this is what it is happening, this is how you're supposed to do. So lot of things they would you know uh, say to us to do. Okay, so that's very important for you that you see uh, you are part of what kind of communication. Okay, that's very important. So these are called as official letters, memos, where we talk about regulations, we talk about procedures, or if there is one event which is scheduled. So there are different, activities we do through these official letters. But these are again formal letters. We cannot say this thing that uh, you cannot say this thing that um, I am not part of it. When you are professional, then definitely you are part of it. Then it comes social letters. A personal letter written on the occasion of a special event is known as social letter. Congratulatory letter, condolence, invitation, etc. are all social letters. So what they are trying to tell you that you need to see this thing. Um, Social letters means like the social sites we talk about, right? So what it happens, we try to congratulate people, or if there is mishappening, we try to pass our condolences. So something like that. When you write down these kind of information, this is called as social letters. Now, very importantly for you, again, there is information which is formal, that is circular letters. A letter that announces information to large enough people is a circular letter. The same letter is circulated to large group of people to correspond some important information like a change of address, change in management, the retirement of a partner, etc. So circulars, again I said that these are more of the information which will be in-house within an organization. People will communicate. So that circle letter means providing information to the people who are working in one organization. Now, very importantly, employment letters. Any letter with respect to the employment process, like joining letter, promotion letter, application letter, these etc. are called as employment letter. Again, that will be the first letter you will write when you will apply for the job. So you should be very much competent. For example, tomorrow you have choices, you have dreams to apply for. You probably could apply to Google, Infosys, Microsoft, any of the company, right? So First thing, what will you do? You will write an job application letter, which is also known as cover letter. Means you'll attach your resume, but at the front you will write down your cover letter to apply for the job. Along with it, they have also said that when you will be into the employment, you would be part of these things like joining letter. The company will issue you a joining letter or offer letter. First of all, they'll issue when you apply for the job application letter. They'll be through in a process. When you will cover that thing, they'll offer you something. When you accept that, there will be acceptance letter, and you write back to them that okay, I'm accepting your offer. I'm okay with it. And after that, they'll issue a joining letter. Means this is what a time you need to join, and that will be called as a joining letter. Okay. So when you work with the organization, and the company will also issue you promotion letters. Okay, so that is also one part of it. Okay, so I think I have touched maximum of it. You can see these are different types of it, but basically from a student's point of view, we need to focus more on the formal letters and formal business letters. These would come to you for your paper, but if I tell you about your career, then your um, other kind of letters, these would also be the part of it. Okay. So that's what it is. So I hope you have understood. If you have any other question, you can ask me, please. Yes, please.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So, so could you please tell us the syllabus for MST that will come in that?
I have already told you, but again I would repeat. For your MST, you have a syllabus of subjective questions. No objective question it will be asked to you. There will be four questions, and you're supposed to attempt any three out of it. And okay, so that is essay writing, email writing, pressy writing, and of course letter writing. So there will be one letter which you're supposed to write, but it's up to you. There will be choice of one question. So there will be three questions, and out of there will be four questions, and out of those four, you're supposed to or you can attempt only three. Okay.
Sir, kindly repeat.
Uh, Essay writing, email writing, letter writing. Essay writing, email writing, and letter writing. There are four topics. Out of those four, any topic can come to you to write. Each question will carry 8 marks. There will be three questions, so total of 24 marks.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So anybody has got a question from the lecture? Is it clear to everybody? What is formal? What is informal? And how
Sir,
business letter? Yes, please.
sir, please check the chat box.
Okay. Sir, I have to appear in a competition, so please mark my attendance. I will start 12 o'clock. Should be morning. I'm asking you for a question and you're telling me that you. Okay, you can leave. It's all right.
Thank you,
Already
sir.
have. All right. See. Okay, I think you don't have any question, so I need to move further. That is letter writing tips. Now that we have learned the basics of communicating over letters and the types of letters as well, there is a focus on some tips for the actual writing,
If,
actual letter writing. Identify the type of letter. This obviously is the first step of the letter writing process. Yes, I think somebody is trying to say something. Yes, please.
so, sir, I have a question sir, related to in
Yes, yes,
So
go
in
ahead.
what sir conclude in any informal
Your voice is breaking. Would you please repeat?
so how to conclude in any informal letter?
Informal letter. Formal letter or informal letter?
Formal
Formal letter.
formal sir,
Okay.
formal.
How to conclude? You must have read over here. I think I take you over here. Look, are you following my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, so it's written here. But then there are also few types of letter based on their contents, formalities, purpose. Okay, so the conclusion you talk about, it is not same in every letter, because if you see, if you're writing a complaint letter and if you're writing for the quotation, or if you're writing for the employment letter, how can the conclusion be the same for each kind of category? So we need to be spontaneous. We need to see this thing, that what kind of letter I'm writing. That's why it is written clearly here, on the basis of the content, especially formality, purpose. These three things. What is the content of a letter? What formality you are into, and what is the purpose of writing? Right? So you can see these are three different things they have said. So when you write down a complaint letter, your ending would be different. It would be more of could be threatening, right? And if you write quotation, your conclusion would be different. Here you will be more focused towards, if you'll be more courteous, as we have written down one of the quotation letter when we were doing the practice of writing an email letter. So we wrote like, this is what my requirement is, and I hope that you would answer me with the best possible options you have, along with any of the discounts which are going on these days, or you would offer to me, these kind of things. It will be ending for asking for quotation letter. But if there will be ending of a complaint letter, you might have a different tone where you will see that, this is the last time, or this is my second reminder. I am reminding you that, I have got a problem in operation of this product and you are not solving it. So this situation is pushing me towards going to the court. So your tone would be different. You can say this thing, conclusion in quotation letter and conclusion in the complaint letter, that is different in both of the cases. Okay, so that is how we need to see that what kind of letter, what is the content of my letter. Then according to it, you have to change the tone of your conclusion, your body, even the introduction of your letter. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir. You mean to say if any letter come in complain, or so it might be your words may be cruel or something else
Yes,
like that.
yes, yes, definitely. You will be more into a tone of where you try to threaten the person. Will be more strict, rude, right? Whether you follow the format of writing it formally, but somewhere your tone would show it to the reader that the person who is writing, he has got this tone, because he is writing in complaint. When you are in complaint mode, you can think of, for example, right now, you talking to me, it's different, but you have given your MST, and if I would tell you that, I lost your MST, I have not received it. So your tone would be different. You would say that, sir, I have written it, I have got a proof, you can see, your tone would be different, right? So as per the content, tone it changes. So formally, but one thing is there, tone it changes, but it does not mean that you will fall uh, in your language. I can say that does not mean that you would start using some of the you know wrong words in the letter. Whether you are angry, but you cannot communicate something which is not acceptable, like in the informal, as I've said, that informal, you could say anything in the letter, because that is between you and the person to whom you are knowing very well. But when it is formal, whether you do not agree with that, as you know, I am always comparing it with the group discussions, because if somebody has posed an opinion and you do not agree with that opinion, for example, if there is a discussion going on between the fight these days which is going on between um, Israel and Palestine. Okay, some of you might take the side of Palestine, some of you would probably take the side of Israel. But when you are sitting in uh, in the group discussion, so you cannot, uh, you know, uh, you cannot be informed. You have to answer. You have to present your opinion. You have, even if you have a complaint, even you have to present it in a nicer way. You're supposed to, whether you don't like someone's act, whether you have some of the complaints, though you cannot leave the path of being what do you call that, formal and elegant. Okay, so that's what it is required.
Okay, so thank you.
So here are few of the tips they talk about. These are called as letter writing tips. Identify the type of letter. Look, the answer we were discussing up there, and they have given answer over here in the very first point, that identify the type of letter first of all. So it is obviously the first step of the letter writing process. So they are saying you must be able to identify the type of letter you will be writing. This will be dictated by a person the letter is addressed to, and the information that will be conveyed through the letter. Means what they're trying to tell over here, the same thing we just discussed, that you should know that how, whom, what you are writing into the letter. So identify the type of a letter, so it'll be easy for you to set the tone of that letter. Okay. They gave example. Suppose you are writing the principal of a college to ask for leave. This would be a formal letter, type of formal letter design. But say you were writing to your old college professor, catching up after a long time. This would be a personal letter. Try to understand the difference. If you are studying in a college, for example, here if you are studying, you are my student, and if you're writing something to me, it will be formal. Okay, now we'll meet after 5 years. Okay, we'll meet after 5 years. You are working as a professional, as an engineer in one of the company, and you met somewhere suddenly to me. For example, we went to Canada. Okay, and I was over there, and I would be also over there, and you are working over there, and we meet. At that time, I am in hurry, and I told you that okay, we have a cup of tea, and after that, I gave you my ID or something, that okay, you can contact me later on. Right now, so I'll catch you later. So that conversation will be changed into informal, because there you're not passing any information which is formal. There you know me because we have attachment that you were my student in that batch, and right now you have lot many things to share informally with me. There you're not applying for, sir, this is my assignment and I'm submitting it. There you must have lot of experiences, sir. You know that when you were taking our classes, this was happening. So this is I did, or you would like to share, sir. I took benefit from your own lecture of letter writing, and I worked hard on it. See, sir, when I wrote first to this organization, and they accepted it, and this is how I got my job. And right now, I am working as this senior project manager in this company. I'm very happy. So you try to share experience. That is more of informal. So that is how your tone changes. You're talking to the same person. The person who, when he was professor in the college and you are communicating, then your tone is formal. But now you have moved on, you have completed your degree, you have got your job, 4-5 years have passed. Now meeting that person again in your life, so it will be more informal. Yes, you will have a respect because the person was your teacher, but you will not have formal tone. You will be more informal with that person. That is what the first thing they try to do. Make sure you open and close the letter correctly. So that is something different. Okay. So opening a letter in the correct manner is utmost important. Form letters open with a particular structure, meaning that is formal in nature. Open means not open that means. Open means introduction. Form letters can be addressed to the person's name or any formal greetings as the writer wishes. Only two things it has mentioned here, not to confuse you much. That is identify a letter, then the introduction. I tell you that in every kind of a letter or every kind of a writing, introduction is very important. How do you open up? Because that is ice-breaking session. You're going to start communication with somebody, whether it is in form of written. As I told you that if you're writing a job application letter to the company, how do you introduce yourself? Are you going to because formal means we need to follow certain patterns, and very importantly we need to follow certain types of it. Types means does not mean I mean sorry, not the types, parts of it. Parts means we need to see that what it comes first, what it comes second, what it comes third, what it comes fourth. So there are almost 10 to 15 types, 10 to 15 parts, I mean, which comes when you write down your letter. So when you write down your letter, there are almost 15 types which we include. Like what it should come at the starting of it, what would be the second, third, fourth. So formal means everything. Right now, if I'm sitting and taking a lecture, so I'm sitting in my formals, right? I'm having the formal attire and with my iCard. So what does it mean? It means I am following formal attire. But if you would meet me in the evening, probably I would be in a different attire. I may be in my t-shirt or my pajama or my, Bermuda. So that will be in formal attire. So similarly, when you open up, means when you write your introduction in the formal letter, so you should set certain words which you feel like these words. It shows my courtesy. It shows that I am writing in a formal way. That is introduction. When we'll discuss the formats of it, you will also get to know about like what are the different things we can write down. Like it should have in letter writing. Definitely should have at least 2 to 3 paragraphs. In an email writing, I told you that you can write down we call one paragraph, that will be sufficient. But when you write down your letter, we need to make sure that we at least write down 2 paragraphs, minimum of 2, maximum it could be 3 to 4 paragraphs. Not 4, means 3 paragraphs are sufficient, but for letter, you know we should restrict up to 4 altogether. Means first paragraph for the introduction, second for the explaining what you're explaining, then there can be a small conclusion of 1 2 lines, then you can end up by using other parts of the letter. So that's what it is. But try focusing on these things, because it seems like 4 or 5 points over here, but it actually shows. you know uh, if you draw a triangle, right? Okay, I cannot, I think, draw anything over here in my chat box. No, I can just write, right? Whiteboarding. Let me see if something I can do to start a new whiteboard. New whiteboard. Let me start it. I think today's recording would also go in someone's email. That is, I think, DJ2020.1368. So just make sure whosoever would get it, please send to me. I think I need to see that how I can do it, but I'm just trying to tell you that the, the difference of it. The difference is what, that if you draw a triangle, what do you see? Triangle has drawn like that, and the communication we do, it actually decides that where we will stand. Triangle means when you want to be at the top, the space would be less. When you want to mix up with the crowd, you will stay at the bottom where it has got maximum space. So this is what how you would be different with your writing. So when you write down these letters tomorrow, if you write down just like that, you think of, I have not, because student means, teachers probably would be lenient when they'll check your papers because they understand that, okay, you're a student. But when you will write down professionally to somebody, there is nobody over there to be lenient with you. They would take the impression like that. Got my answer? I mean, got what I'm saying? So when you write it, if you will not be serious about writing it formally, letters are very important for you, I'm telling you. Because this is the 101% communication which you would definitely do in your career. You cannot abstain, you cannot run away from it. So when you write down letter, you need to make sure that what kind of letter I'm writing and how I'm writing it. And I've given you an example of that. Tomorrow when you apply for a job, your letter, it actually gives impression that how good are you into your communication. If you would just write down, like that, because a lot of time I see people, they even a resume writing can come to you to write it. I will discuss the same as well. So you should know formally how do you present your information. If you will just write down without caring of this thing, the impact will be the rejection of it. It could be rejection of a job. If you're on a job, it could be rejection of an order. Right? So, because the impression is not good. So that's very important for you guys. Please pay attention to it when we'll do practice. Because in this lecture, we are just discussing that what or how we write letter. But when we do practice, as we have done practice on email, we have done practice on, other types of writings. So we'll also do practice on letter. So here, please try to focus on that how it should be the introduction. Okay. After that introduction, then you come up to your body, then you come up to your conclusion and everything. So I'll tell you that how or what are these parts. Okay. So for today, that is sufficient for you. This was just to relate you with what is letter writing. So do you have got any other question regarding today's lecture? Yes, students. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Yes, anyone else?
No, sir.
No, sir, all clear.
Okay. Good. I hope you would all clear in exams. Okay. When you have your test, have you got your date sheet? MST? Have you got a date sheet for the MSTs? The students?
No, sir.
No, not yet. Okay, fine. Most probably mine would be the first one. Most probably. They'll share the issue with you, but most probably they will set English as the first paper. Right? Okay, guys, let me stop recording. And as I've said that, please check your mails because this recording is going to save in in your email ID. It's one of the students' email ID. Okay. So I'll tell you that whose email ID is this, but you can also check it and share it. Means make me the editor of it so that I can download it and. Okay. Okay. You just write down your roll numbers, that's fine. That's even getting recorded. Although I have tool as I told you that. When I click this thing, the participants attendance will automatically be downloaded. I click it. Okay, now you may leave the meeting. It's fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta. Thank you so much.